Beaver Trapping by V.A. Terry. Presented by Brendan,
Zachary,
Morgan,
It's time for the beaver trapping. Ice is gone and the river clean. The canoe is patched and ready. Spring trapping is nearly here. Of course, the night before, when we were packed to go, a storm came in from the north, and before morning there was lots of snow. For this held us back, Glenn and I, for 2 days for the weather to clear, and at last off we went, with all our packed up gear. When we arrived at the Torch River, it was clean and high, so after a pail of coffee, the canoe was loaded, and to the settlement we said goodbye. After some hours of travel, at supper time was a way past. We rounded the last bend before the camp, and we were glad to get there at last. Glenn loaded a pack up on his back, and up the hill he did go. Someone has been all around the camp, he shouted, and there was lots of footprints in the snow. Footprints of people. It could not be, as there was no sign of a boat along the shore. So when I took up a load of supplies, that the big rifle I took as one thing more. Bear tracks were the first thing I saw, and they were big and bright. I knew he would not be too far off. He may be back again tonight.
The supplies were carried up to camp. Supper eaten, wood and water in for the night, as we wanted to get an early start and be on the river by daylight. Morning came and no sign of bear, so the day was spent setting the beaver traps. There were beaver signs everywhere. Getting our beaver this spring would be a snap. Next day, 8 beaver were taken of the 10 traps we set the day before. If we could also get the bear, we would go home quite happy for sure. The beaver were carried to camp and skinned. Some stretched, others hung to dry, but an eye was kept on everything, just in case that bear came by. We went into camp for coffee. The evening was clear and bright. Surely the bear would not come back until the dark of night. I was thinking of just where to set a trap, in case the bear came by. Glenn pointed to the window. When I turned, I looked that bear right in the eye. I jumped to grab the rifle, but I could not remember just where, and then I remembered it was outside with the bear. Glenn ran to hold the door. Surely he would come in without fail, but he only grabbed the largest
that
beaver
night the
pelt,
bear trap
turned,
was set
ran
and
down the
baited.
trail.
By morning we would have that bear. The next morning the trap was sprung and the bait gone. We never even got a hare. The next night a bait was set out, at this time close to the camp, and the window was open just a crack. This time I would get that bear, I bet. It was almost dark and shadows gone. I felt that wood would never fear from the thick grove of spruce that sneaky bear did appear. I poked the rifle through the crack in the window and aimed low for the bear's heart. I missed that bear slick and clean, but I gave him a quite quick start. The next morning the trap was sprung again. The bait was nowhere to be found, so maybe tonight I will get another chance if he once more comes around. The next evening, as the wild geese flew by the camp and the sun had gone to rest, I climbed up on the top of camp. Tonight would be the final test. Boldly out of the timber he came and turned slowly from where I did sit. Once more I had my chance. Once more I blew it. The next morning I followed the tracks. Blood was here and there. Although Glenn and I looked for half a day, we never found that bear.
By this time we had the beaver quota. The river was dropping, so if we were going to get up those rapids, we had better pack up and go. The wild geese flew and said goodbye. The beaver not a sound did make as they swam around and watched us load, wondering which way we would take. As the sun reddened in the east, the camp was closed up tight. The motor started and away we went. We would be home before night.